back. Last video was the single cut collection. So I've gathered together all the single cuts like the Les Pauls, and then I did a quick video of that. So today I got my double cuts lined up so I could take some photos and stuff. So I'm now shooting this video. So I guess this is now going to become a series, right? So the single cut last time, double cut today, and then I guess the next one in the series will be the funky shape, like the Explorers and V's and what have you. So there you go. However, what's not here today are two of my kids' guitars. My son has a Kirk Hammett signature, the little one, and then my daughter has a Squier Strat Candy Apple Red, again the mini downsized one. And then I also have a Schecter Omen. I think I showed it off in one of my guitar collection videos a while back, but that's hung on the wall right now, and it's a bitch to take it off, so it's gonna stay on the wall. So everything else is here. So let's quickly go through what I have here. So we'll start with this guy since it's kind of sitting right next to me and I don't want to knock it over. And then towards the end, I'll actually bring the camera over, kind of go over one at a time and such. So if you want, we'll get a little bit closer to the guitars. So this is the PRS SE, so it's an import, custom 24 flavor. So it has the yellow quilt-like finish here, but it's actually not yellow. It's a lot darker than just yellow. Not particularly fond of the color here. It looked a lot brighter when I ordered it, so it is what it is. It's alright. So unlike the other SE Custom 24 I have, this guy has the old school Burden inlay. Real nice guitar, plays really well. I mean, any PRS, whether it's a US or import, it's a solid guitar. So we'll go ahead and put this guy aside so it doesn't fall over and crack somewhere. Okay, and then we'll go ahead, I'll move out of the way like that. So here's my Schecter Sinister Gates custom signature. So I did a video of this guitar a while back, and then one of my gripes was that the Floyd wasn't staying in tune. I actually gutted the whole thing out and I reseated the Floyd, and it took a lot of work, but now it balances well, stays in tune well, so absolutely no issue with this guitar. Compared to other manufacturers like Jackson's and Ibanez's and Gibson's and whatever, I tend to less prefer Schecter guitars, but this particular model here I definitely do like. It's a very sharp looking guitar, and it doesn't conform to the traditional shape, even though it's a double cut. So that's what I like about this. And it's a little gaudy, right? The whole Batwing skull logo and whatever. And then here's the ESP LTD Kirk Hammett signature KH602. So it has the set neck construction or nectar or whatever the hell it is. And the year when this was produced, they made it with EMG 81 in both neck and the bridge, so that's what this has. A really comfortable guitar. It's definitely a weapon of mass destruction, definitely. And then here, this is, often people ask me, what is your favorite guitar? I can't answer that because it's like asking me, which one of my two kids do I favor more, right? I mean, I love them equally, all of them. So all the guitars I have, I collect because I like them. And so this is one of the guitars that, I often answer, that probably is one of my favorite. I don't know if it's actually one of my very, very favorite out of my collection, but it is definitely the nicest guitar. The wood, the finish, it has basically it's the 25th anniversary custom 24. That's why it has the special headstock and highly flamed maple over here, and that the color finish is called Angry Larry from PRS, and I tell you, it's a nice guitar. Definitely like that. And here's one of the recent guitars I showed you guys. That's the Ibanez Prestige RG 1570. And since I recently talked about it, we'll skip right along. And there's the Ibanez S470 Quilted Maple. And the S-series guitars I like because they are thin, right? And they're very comfortable to play, and they're very light. And the tremolo on that thing is out of control. I love Ibanez tremolos, whether that's a Zero Pro, Zero Edge, ZR, whatever. They have so many different variations. One at the end right there, that's another one of my very favorites, right? It is one hell of a looking guitar if you look at it up close and personal. I also did a review of that guitar. It's made by ESP for their Japanese consumers. So it's put out by brand Edwards. I think the actual model number is a CTM E165, something like that, I don't remember. But it's a 27 fret guitar. It's got beautiful Tree of Life kind of inlay along the fretboard. And with the gold appointments and the maple top, and I don't remember whether it was a 3-piece or 5-piece neck, but the neck, the bare maple neck and everything, it's a really nice guitar. Okay, so we'll now jump a second floor here. The one at the end, that's a ESP LTD MH350NT, I believe. So it's the one without the tremolo. I wanted a ESP guitar that had EMGs preloaded, but without the Floyd. So that's the guitar I got at the time, and it has an arc top. It's again, speaking of a weapon of mass destruction, that's another guitar that is absolutely just sonic mayhem, and it's just so easy to play, so comfortable to play, even for noobs like me. And then one next to it, the red guy, that's a Ferrari Red, put out by Charvel. I believe that model is San Dimas, got the DiMarzio pickups with the maple neck. The fretboard is like really flat, so it's the guys that can really tap dance on the fingerboard, I mean, that's for you. Does without the tone control, just got the volume, and it's just stripped down, hardcore, just shred machine. It would be great if I could shred, but I don't. Okay, and the one right next to it, right there, that's PRS SE Custom 24. I got that guitar before I got this guy. Now, the very first guitar I showed you today was the Custom 24 SE import version, but that's the 25th anniversary model. That's the original. I got that first. It is a damn nice guitar. I did drop it once, and the headstock has a little bit of a chip, which broke my heart. Again, they're like my children, so when one of them drops and something happens to them, it's not a good day. But it doesn't have the bird inlay, but the PRS SE right there has their crescent moon inlay. We'll take a look at it again. This guy right here, I used it for the Angle amp video that I did. I wish I could do that one again, because I didn't have good mic, I didn't have the amp dialed correctly, and no matter what I do, without actually miking the cab, it just doesn't sound as nice. But that's so much work for me to mic the thing, and then synchronize the video and audio at the post. It's just a lot of work, and let's face it, it would be a little too much work for me. So anyhow, that's the Ibanez S7320. So that was my first S-series guitar. So 7-string guitar, the neck is like a D shape, really thin, and it's a dead flat. dead flat in the middle. Really easy to play. You know, the tremolo, just beast. The stock pickups, or whatever the hell they are, they're really nice sounding. You know, I plan to learn more songs that I could play on 7-string just because I love that guitar so much. One right here, again, is a PV Wolfgang signature guitar. Again, it was put out when Eddie Van Halen was with PV. I believe he was endorsing PV guitars for like 13 years before he went with the Music Man and currently Fender. So anyhow, so it's basically the same guitar that you could walk into Guitar Center today and buy, which is made by Fender, but it's done by PV. So headstock looks a little different, quarter saw maple neck. Again, it's like the Charvel, because they kind of have the same heritage, right? So it has the flat fingerboard, detune F Lloyd, so that I could drop detune without fucking with the tension on the bridge. Something, you know, obviously, you know, those of you who love Eddie Van Halen, you know this, but the pickup selector is reversed. So you toggle it to the top to get the bridge pickup and flip it down for neck pickup, which every now and then when I noodle on that guitar, it catches me by surprise because I'm in the wrong damn position. This right here is BC Rich Mockingbird. Has the through neck, so bottom of the guitar all the way to the headstock. It's the same one piece of wood, and then the wings are glued together. I got this guitar mainly because I don't know if you guys. Yeah, I did show a guitar. I have a BC Rich double neck guitar that is based on bitch shape, right? Has the Rockfield Mafia pickups in that, right? I love the sound of that guitar so much, the pickup, but it's a pain in the ass to get the double neck out and noodle on that often. So I got this guitar which has the Rockfield Mafia pickup in that. It's, you know, it's got a lot of toggle switches to throw it in reverse and, you know, reverse phase and out of phase and all that shit. So nice guitar. You know, those of you, you know, diehard Slash fans, you know, obviously Slash is known for using his Les Pauls, and you know, it's no secret that his actual Les Paul that he used for Appetite for Destruction recording wasn't even a Gibson; it was a knockoff. But you know, you can see Slash playing Mockingbird in songs like "You Could Be Mine" kind of thing. So you know, it has a little bit of a relation to Slash as well, even though it's not a Gibson Les Paul. Made in Korea, beautiful quilt on that. It's super guitar. Right there is RG350. DX, EX, I don't remember. But that was my first RG, first Ibanez guitar. What one hell of a guitar, right? Since I had the guitar, I stripped out the stock Infinity pickups and I swapped them out with Timarzio Evolution pickups. So sweet. It's just, I mean, people, you know, what I hate is when I go to Guitar Center, I see the $99 starter pack or $199 starter pack. You know, little kids that cannot afford anything more than that, that's fine. But a lot of people bash $300 guitar, $400 guitars because, you know, that they're made in China or Indonesia or, you know, whatever the fuck. You know, how can a guitar be good when it's $350, you know, whatever, right? I tell you what, that guitar, even with the stock pickups at whatever the price they were selling it at, brand new, it is a damn nice guitar. Nothing really more needs to be said. The guy right here, I don't know if you can see, that's Sterling, made by Music Man. So it's their Epiphone, it's their Squire, it's their LTD. So it's the cheaper, more economic version. JP50, John Petrucci 50. I did a video on this recently as well. It's a stripped down, again, you know, just ballsy, no, nothing fancy. fancy on there. It's just a straight up rock machine. The pickups are stock in there right now. I do plan to change that with the crunch something and liquid something that John Petrucci uses in his $3,000 guitar. So there you go. That's the lineup, and now I'm gonna walk over there, grab the camera, and kind of get up close and personal with these guys. All right, a little bit of camera shake. Here we go. All right, there's the PRS SE. So basically, we're going back from the beginning in the order. And PRS SE Custom 24. Very nice. Again, you get bird inlay for an import. Not bad. Okay, here we have the Sinister Gates, Schecter. I don't own a lot of Schecters, but there you go. Again, non-standard shape. I love it. The pinstripe, very sharp. Okay, now we're on to LTD. It's the Kirk Hammett signature. Really nice. I mean, just screams metal. Okay, here's my pride possession right here. Custom 24 PRS. 25th anniversary. Camera's not zooming, autofocusing correctly there, but take my word for it. There you go. It's the new school bird inlay, right? Beautiful color. Again, I got this particular color because it's not everyday color that you find. Get close there. See the rug pattern reflected on the guitar. So there you go. Nice guitar. What is this? It's the Prestige Ibanez RG. Does without the shark fin inlay. Candy apple red. Love the V7 and the V8 pickups. Okay, here we now have the Ibanez S series. Binding all around. What is that? Wave inlay. Okay, here we have the beautiful blue quilt. It's really nicely done. I mean, it's not PRS nice, but it is goddamn nice. Look at that bridge. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, here's... You know, this guitar, it really doesn't do justice with the photos or videos because it just in real life, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Woo! Nice guitar. Okay, I threw my dog inside of a little playpen so she can't come out and lick my guitars, and there she is, sleeping. All right, here we go. That's LTD MH350 right there. It's a very dark gray kind of a color. Very nice. Here's a Charvel. Ferrari red. Basically a super strat. Here's the other PRS Custom 24 SE. And you see the crescent moon inlay right there. What's next? Okay, that's the Ibanez 7-string. It's just black. Super thin neck. Very nice. Here's my PV Wolfgang. There. And here's the PC Rich Mockingbird. You know, I have a little bit of soft spot for PC Rich because one of the very first guitars that I ever bought was a BC Rich Warlock. Wasn't anything fancy. It was a bronze series from the freaking early 90s. It's a terrible guitar, but whatever. Here's Ibanez RG 350. I forget whether it's a DX or EX. Doesn't matter. There you go. And then here is the JP50. Okay, so since the time that I got my JP50, they now have the JP60, which has the has a quilt top, glossy finish, and they give you the Petrucci signature bullet inlay right there. But it's substantially more expensive, and I'm not sure if you want to drop that kind of money on that guitar. That guitar, I bought it at $350 brand new at Musician's Friend, and for that price, that is one hell of a guitar. But anything above $400, I'm not sure if that's the way you should go. So anyhow, there you go, guys. And here's a little bit of, I will zoom out, and you see the family. So there you go. You've seen my single cut collection, and now you've seen my double cut collection. I will return later on with the final piece of this series, the collection series, with the funky shaped guitars, V's and Explorers and, you know, whatever. All right, until next time, you guys take care.